So, the topic of today's little 15-minute infusion is my job defines me. And this morning I was thinking of my father. Every time I go to visit him, well, he likes to offer coffee from his coffee machine, and I'll say, "Dad, would you build me a coffee?" He had a career as an engineer. And so that's really, when I say, "Would you build me a coffee?" he really approaches coffee making as an engineer does. And it's funny to see that. It has to be measured exactly like this, etc. He's analyzing the whole process as an engineer does. And so my job defines me. We spend so much time at our work that it does begin to affect the way that we approach the world, engage with the world, and how we see the world. But also it begins to affect how we see ourselves, or it can. So I've worked many, many different kinds of jobs and careers. I was a newspaper reporter, an editor, and even a publisher. I was a dishwasher, etc., etc. And I think freedom lies in just allowing work to flow rather than imposing our expectations upon the world. So by examining the feelings that we have around my job defines me, we might just uncover a little bit more freedom, creativity, and flow in our work. Let's just try. So, just allow everything to be as it is for now. Just let things settle inside and allow yourself to be as you are. And think about what it is that you do to engage in the world, your work. Sometimes work pays us, sometimes it doesn't, but it's our way of engaging with the world. And then you might even use an I am statement. I am a bookkeeper. I am a teacher. Notice what comes up when you do that. There might be subtle attitudes, holdbacks, memories, images. Sometimes it's sensations in the body, feelings. And once again, I am, and you can complete the sentence for you. And could you give all that permission? In fact, more than that, could you approach this with curiosity, open to what might come, to what is? And now check and see if any of this might be a little uncomfortable, or if there's anything you might not want to examine, or you get the idea, any kind of no, pushing away, or even trying to figure out, study, hold on. All of this relates to our desire to control the experience. So could you welcome that? Let that be as it is. And then check and see if it feels personal. Might sound like a ridiculous question. Of course it does. So just welcome that sense of it. The story of me. But again, a story is a story. And you may notice also that stories are composed of memories, which can be very, very selective. So notice, if you can, the unreality of every story. Yeah. And let that be as it is just for now. Now, there also comes a kind of rejection of definitions. Some of us resist being seen as this, that, or the other. The pressure for us early on is make a decision. What do you want to be when you grow up? A cowboy, a fireman, a nurse, whatever it is. And some of us feel the resistance to being defined, to defining ourselves, to choosing, to limiting. And see if that stirs up any feelings, any sense of resistance to being defined by a job, a career. And whatever came up, can you simply open to that? Allow it. Let it be here. It's been here all along anyway. Yeah. And then, just as an experiment, could you let that go? Would you let that go? When? So, again, that sense of my job defines me. So part of that also is the perceptions of other people. Other people will react to you very differently depending upon what it is you might do. For example, ladies and gentlemen, I drive a garbage truck. Hello, I'm the CEO. Or even better, my name is Dr. etc., etc. So we do become defined by jobs, titles, levels in a hierarchy, seniority, perks, having the corner office, the name on the door, the name on the desk. Or by the lack of those things. People also work in Walmarts or Aldi. So just notice what's stirred up by thinking these thoughts. And allow this all to be as it is for a moment, just as it is. And then check for any resistance, any no, any pushing back or even holding on. And if that comes up, could that be welcome? Just give it permission for now. And sit with it. So often we think we have to do something about our feelings. But really it's enough just to allow them, to open to them, to give them permission. So that's really the essence of this. Could you just give yourself permission to feel that which you already feel? And then let's go a little bit deeper with this. Let's just check and see. Is this you? These feelings, these thoughts, these stories, is any of this you? It can feel like that. But notice that feelings come and go. Thoughts arise in the mind. They might stay for a moment or two, but the thoughts stick around forever. You may feel like it occasionally, but thoughts come and go. Feelings come and go. Sensations in the body arise and fall. Is any of this actually you? Or are you that which is aware of these thoughts, feelings, sensations, stories? So, whatever answer came up, can you allow that to be enough for now and rest with that answer just a moment? Yes. So now, are you defined by your job? Or is that just a thought, a story, a feeling, a sensation in the body? What are you? What are you? So let's go back to the beginning again for one more go through. Again, recall whatever it is that you do, whatever the focus of your work is, however you spend your time. And, good, allow it to feel like that. Just notice what comes up. I am a da-da-da-da-da, or possibly I do whatever it is. And just notice all that comes up. Sometimes what comes up is unexpected or surprising, or maybe unwanted, because very often there are feelings that we just don't want to face or acknowledge. But since they're there anyway, why not just give them permission for a moment? Not forever, but just for now. And then check for any no, any not wanting, any resistance. And here's a slightly different approach this time. Check and see if any of this is resonating in the body as sensation. And focus on that. Zoom into what's happening in the body and give that attention. And can you focus even further? Zoom in on what's happening in the body. But then notice also what's happening in the big toe of your left foot. And focus exclusively on the big toe of your left foot. then focus back on whatever might be happening in the body as an expression or result or reflection of what came up. And let it be like that. Just notice what is. And check and see, have things shifted, or are they the same? Or are they do they continue to shift? And just take notice of how things might be shifting. Good. That feels complete for now. I'm going to remind you that this is also going to be, or is being recorded, so it will be available for playback later. Thanks for joining me, and I look forward to further levels of freedom. So then, let's work together.